So he can do the video too.
Doesn't this have anything to do with fitness?
I have no idea. Yeah, this one is going to be that way, but these other ones are not, okay? Just let you know that.
That word of fitness, it's brackets, integers.
No, please, it's like that. Yeah, please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. Okay, you got to do your parentheses first. So I have to remove absolute value symbols, Henry. What's the absolute value of -3? So this is 3 times 8 minus 12. Some of you are doing 8 minus 12 first. Can't do that. We go left to right. David, what is this? 3 times 8 is what? 24 minus 12 gives you what? 12. What kind of work do I want to see? Lucas, this is what I want to see. Because you guys really went through it quickly, but you did it wrong. And there's no point in that if you're not doing it right. Okay. I don't remember. Okay, Cole, what's this going to give me? First, we get rid of all the absolute value symbols. David? Nope. Show me the work. You have to show the work. It's 16 divided by -4. Is the -4 an absolute value? No. Plus, and what's the absolute value of -2? 2. So what's a 16 divided by -4? Careful. It's -4 plus 2. What's that going to give you? -2. Now, this might be easier than the yellow worksheet. I don't know. It's shorter, but the thing is, you have to get it right. So this is like a parentheses. This absolute value of 9 minus 6 says do those. Lala, what do you get for 9 minus 6? This is not a race to get this done. It's a race to get it right. No, that's 3 minus the absolute value of what? -3. Okay. Can you do the two minuses together? No. I guess I wasn't clear yesterday. Which is? Okay, Cole. Can I divide these negatives first? Can I do those? No. You have to do your absolute value first. This is just a warm-up activity. It's 15 minus, what's the absolute value of -8? +8 over -1. So then this is 15 what? What do two negatives make? +8. What's the answer? No. What's 5 and 8? 23. Good job, Cole. Yeah, it may be easier than yesterday's, and I can bring up yesterday's, or I can just get a piece of paper and do it. Okay, that looks complicated, but it's not that bad if you follow the rules. First thing you do, now this one you can divide first, but you know what? I never remember. I do, but that's okay. What's the absolute value of -27? 27 over the absolute value of -9 is?
9.
+9. Absolute value removes the negative sign. Not this one. Minus, what's the absolute value of 45? 45. What's the absolute value of -15? Now I have to know a little arithmetic. Not a lot, and you need a calculator, be my guest. This is 18 plus 3 minus 3. Those go away, so it's 18. And then we'll do some questions off of your yellow sheet, and then we'll go on to day 2. Okay, what about this one? Number one says 10. 10 minus, what's 15 take away 9?
6 minus 6.
Do I need the absolute? If I want to show it, I could show it, but it's going to be 6.
9.
That's right.
9, isn't it?
15 take away 9 is 6. 9 plus 6 is 15. 18 will give you 9. Times, I don't like an X there. 6 minus 4 is? What's 6 minus 4? 2. Well, yes, you do. So it's 10 minus 6 times 2, if I want to show all the steps. So, David, what is it? It's 10 minus 12, which is what? 2. What kind of 2? Minus 2. Ask. It's 10, take away. You got to do what's in that parentheses, and absolute value is a parentheses. We're going to look at some of the ones on the yellow one. We were okay in the beginning, but as you got further on, I wish I'd found this worksheet yesterday. It would have been a great way to introduce this. Okay, I suppose you guys are going to use calculators. I have 18 divided by what? What's the absolute value of negative 3? Alex, put your phone away. 3 times, what's absolute value of negative 4? It's positive. So all those negatives become positives.
6 times 4, which equals 24.
Okay, Henry's way ahead of me. That's 6. Yes.
There's a negative in front of the...
Oh, I missed something, didn't I? I missed this negative. Britt noticed it, which is possible. Oh, so that's not 6. It's what?
Negative 6.
Negative 6 times
4.
4.
Negative 24.
So it's negative 24. Easy to miss. Okay. Now, I can divide that first. This is the absolute value of what? Britt, what's this absolute value? 64 divided by negative 8 is? Negative 8. Minus, I'm going to follow the steps because things get complicated. What's 56 divided by negative 8? 56 divided by 8 is 7. Now, here's where we sometimes get into trouble. But we don't if we know what absolute value is. This is 8 minus 7. So I'm going to get my yellow sheet out, if I can find one, and we're going to look at some of the questions you have. Now, I don't remember what you missed yesterday, to be honest with you. Okay, you guys need to check your answers, those who worked ahead of me. They're all right here on the board. I did them all. So you guys can help me with your yellow sheet that I marked wrong and ask me some questions. Yes?
I gave you my yellow sheet and I never got it back.
Okay, it's either on my cart or it's in the back. I still was doing review sessions yesterday. Now I'm done. Okay, let's look at, this is the yellow worksheet from yesterday. Number 9. Okay, you guys got to do absolute value like it's a parentheses. So you have to do it first. What's the absolute value of negative 3?
3.
Positive 3.
Yeah.
Okay, David, do you need a new worksheet? Okay. It's times. If it had it been this way, that would be divide. Okay? Good. So what's 8 times 3? 24. If you got this right, you can still cover it up and do it again. 31. Number 10. Okay, what I'm hearing by the questions, which is good, I need to hear those questions, is that you're not understanding some of the math symbols. Okay? So number 10 is 5, absolute value, negative 10 minus 3. I do what's inside first. What's a negative 10 minus 3? Negative 13. What's the absolute value of negative 13? And what operation is here, David? Times. Does anybody know what 5 times 13 is? It's 65. I think you added them. Follow what it says. No, it doesn't get an opposite. All absolute value does is gets rid of the sign. That is it.
So I probably did adding opposite like do.
No. This is times. There's no time sign, but it's times. Inside, it's minus 10 plus a negative 3, which is still negative 13.
Oh, so when do you need adding the opposite for?
Will you do 2 negatives, like 2 minus a minus 3 or something?
Oh.
Should we do 13? It didn't. This minus here, this absolute value, remember when you go to jail, you come out positive. Okay, so we're going to do 13, Cole, and then we're going to change the page. Because you know what? We can't do today's worksheet if we don't get this one. Now these are, all we're doing here is evaluating. Okay, you guys? I'm finding the value. I'm simplifying that. That's it. I'm not solving. No, because we're going to do the backside. Did you get them right?
I finished my corrections.
Okay, then you may. Okay, what's inside? Forget everything else. What's a negative 3 minus 9? Negative 12. If you don't know, get your calculator out and punch it in. Plus 14. Okay, Cole, what's the absolute value of negative 12? Cole, not right now. This is 6 times what? 12 plus 14. Can I add 12 and 14, or do I have to multiply 6 times 12? So I think we forgot PEMDAS. What's 6 times 12? I know this. That's 72, and we're going to add a 14, and I'm not very good at adding my head. It's 86. So you're getting some free corrections here. Fix it. I had a lot of 88s.
What about for the last three?
We're going to turn the page. But we can talk, and we should talk about those two. But how about 15 through 20? Which one? 17. And get used to this kind of whole group instruction, because that's what's going to be next year when you have a class of 30. So you're not going to get the individual attention you get this year. So I'm hoping you've learned that you have to do the homework, make those corrections on your own, come and see your teacher, whoever it is, and get help when you need it. Because you're not going to have me holding your hand. It's not going to happen. I have no idea what it is. She did hold your hand? Okay. Do what's in the parentheses. What's 13 plus a negative 4? 9. Do I get to subtract? What do I do next? The absolute value. What's the absolute value of 9? 9. It stays positive. It always stays positive. Absolute value is not an opposite. It makes it the number without a sign. It's the distance from 0. And I want to understand distance from 0 because we're going to get to day 2. So this is 18 minus 10, which is 8. That's good, though. I mean, I love hearing the O's. Yes. Which one? Ray? I suppose you have these right. Taylor? 16. Now, you should try to do them again if you got them wrong, if I corrected it. Okay, I clear out all my absolute values. So, Britt, what do I get? No, too fast. This gives me 20 over 4 plus, I want to see your work, because you might just by chance get it right. What kind of 11? No, negative. Then this is going to give me 5. You were right. And what's the absolute value of negative 11? 11. So it's 16. We do need to do the last 3. Because guess what? We're starting to review for your final exam. Yeah. Which one? What? How about 18? Did you guys get 18? Or did we do it already? How about you guys? And you have it right there, which is fine.
I got all of them right.
No, you didn't get a 5.
I got the bottom one wrong.
Oh, is that what it was? Yeah. Okay. Now, Britt, if you're going to do this, can you learn to show your work carefully? And notice how I'm working down the board. Now, next year, geometry is very different. You're going to have to learn vocabulary. You're going to have to know what an angle bisector is, a median is, parallelograms, diagonals.
18 times minus 10.
Just add a 0 at the end. 180. It's negative. Yeah, but wait. Let me see which problem this is. Can I see which one it is?
I'm not sure if it's right though.
Show me which one it is. This one?
This one, yeah.
This is a subtraction sign,
Yeah.
not a times.
Okay, so you
That's
times
times.
it by minus. Okay.
No. That's not how we write it. We write it here. 4 and a 2, and now what is the inside? You can just give me the answer there.
Show me what I'm doing here.
But the problem is, Britt, this is not a correct statement. Or I guess it is.
6 plus 7 equals 1, and then minus 2 equals only 1.
No, but that's not what that says. It says negative 6 plus 7 minus 2. You can't join things together that aren't equal.
How do you want
Okay, why do I care? Because some of you are going to do this in college. Some of you may not, but if you do, you can't put together statements that are not correct.
Well, I know the answer.
Yes.
How do I show it?
Well, just add this up. What's negative 6 plus 7?
That's why it's right there.
No, you can just add it in your head.
All right. 1, and then minus 2 is negative 1.
So put negative 1 in there. Now get rid of your absolute values.
Let's go back to related to number 20.
Do you want to try it?
Yeah. Well, not me personally, but can we do it?
Sure. Okay. Okay, you guys. Be careful with this. These are not equations. Cole and Lalo, they're not equations. So you can't, he's writing this down. He's done all the work correctly, but he's not written it correctly. It's 4, and that's times, what's the absolute value of negative 1? 1 over 2 is 2. Notice I didn't put an equal sign in because it's not an equation. When I get to an equation, I solve equations. Vocabulary is critical. My students are taking their advanced placement exam tomorrow. And they had questions on things because they didn't know the vocabulary. I said, I've been stressing vocabulary all year. You've got to know the vocabulary. It's the same here. 19?
Yeah.
Sure. I don't care. We do them all. 3, absolute value of negative. That's times there. We don't write the times. No dividing unless you see a division sign. I don't see one. So what's wrong with all of these, by the way, I didn't write the worksheet. None of them should have equals in there. They are not equations. It says evaluate. That's sloppiness, to tell you the truth. Okay, Lindsay, what do I get here? Alex, what do I get here? Phone put away or I will take it away.
I know I do this.
What is this?
4.
4
Plus 2
times
times 9 plus
negative 9 plus 2 is
is
negative.
7.
You know what I like about absolute value? I probably can do some of it wrong and get it right. Because that's what? Suzanne, what's this?
This is 7.
So what's this one?
What's basically
Times
this 4
plus,
plus
which is?
which is 28.
And then you asked me about number 20. So let's do one more, and then let's do the last 3. Okay? All right. Okay, guys. Okay, guys, everybody should have all these right. I'm not going to be happy if they're not right, Lalo. Okay, face the front. What do I do with that one?
You first do 20 divided by minus 5.
Which is?
Minus 4. Then it'll be 4 plus 13.
What's this? 4 plus 13 is?
17.
Okay, notice how I wrote it? You think I'm being picky, but if you do take math in college, if you go to college, you will take math in college. There's no question about it. And you're going to have to write it that way. And your professors are just going to mark it wrong. And they don't care. I'm being honest. They don't care. It's not the same as high school. Yes, you do. You don't have a choice. Math is required. Especially psychology, you have to do calculus. Because they use calculus in psychology and statistics. Okay. We are now going to go to day 2. Oh, no, we're not. We have to do the bottom ones. That's it. No, we got to get the, I have to teach it. So it's not, Lalo, about getting it done. It's about getting done correctly. On the second worksheet, no, I haven't taught it. Okay. What is the shape of this if I graph this? Okay, Cole, Lalo, this is a parabola. I don't know where it goes. It just looks like this. I could move it around. Now, The vertex is the lowest point on my graph. Lucas? The vertex is the lowest point in the graph. Now we're going to do some thinking. Okay, Alex?
Yep.
We're going to do some thinking, Suzanne. What's the smallest value, Henry, that this can ever get? No. No. What if I put in 5 here? What's the smallest value that will be? 0. That will be the lowest point on my graph. So I want to make this 0. Actually, I'm not saying it right, but that's okay. This is 5. And what will the y coordinate be when I put 5 in here? Actually, I'm saying it right. That's 0. Anything, you put anything else in for x, this value will be bigger than 0, which will make my graph go up. When this is at its lowest point, what's the y coordinate? 6. So what you do is you look at this part in the parentheses and say, what number will make it 0? Okay? And then the y that's 0. What's 0 plus 6? It's 6. That's your vertex. That's the answer to 21. Let's look at 22, because you're going to find these on today's worksheet. So we got to get this. What form is this in? Do you remember? Now, if you have your notes, you still have them.
Quadratic formula.
No? I can use quadratic. Standard form. And this graph is going to cross somewhere around here. I don't know where exactly. I don't know where the vertex is, but what's true about the x-coordinate at the y-intercept? X is equal to 0. Excellent, David. So what is y when x is 0? It's 2 times, or is it Alex? Oh, thought it was David. That x value is 0 on that axis. X value is 0 everywhere on this axis. Okay, Taylor, what does that give me when I simplify that? 8? Negative 8.
Yeah, negative.
Okay. You should write this as an ordered pair. You know I'll take it without, because I'm just nice. Okay. Now, the hard part. I don't think I marked it wrong, but I wanted you to write it as an ordered pair. This is quadratic formula. Do you remember this? Y equals, this is standard form. Do you remember how to solve that? I'm looking for where this is 0. Lalo, do you know what the quadratic formula is?
Yeah.
What is it? Opposite of b, Lucas, plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. All right, we got to know that. And then what's a? A is 3. What's b? Negative 4. Don't forget the signs. And what's c? Negative 9. You see that? This is the c. This is the b. And this is the a. And now I just have to put it into the formula. But the problem you guys have, and everybody has, not just you, everybody has this problem, is they forget to put the parentheses here. Okay, Lucas? So what I do is I don't do that. I just say this means the opposite of b. It's not absolute value. It's the opposite of b. What's the opposite of a negative 4? It's positive 4. So don't show the substitution because we always do it wrong. Plus or minus, same thing here. What happens when you square this? A number of you got this wrong on your test because you squared that and made it negative. It's not negative. What's a negative 4 times a negative 4? No, times. You did plus. 16 minus 4. Now I'll show the substitution. So A was 3. C is negative 9. Be careful with your signs. All over 2a. We had another issue coming up. Yeah. Because it's b squared. Because you were doing it wrong on your calculator. You must do this. Negative 4 squared. You did this. Okay, you guys, these are not the same answers. Lalo, put that away because I'm not convinced that you have this down 100%. When I square -4, why do I say that? Because I've been teaching for 34 years. I've taught calculus. They have been doing this for years and years and years, and they still do it wrong. I didn't say everybody, but a fair number do. This is what you want, not this. They're not the same things. If you don't believe me, put on your calculator. So that's why some of you are getting it wrong. So don't even substitute it in. So it's 4. Now we got another issue here. What is that going to give me? That's a 9. I have 16. What's the sign going to be? No. 2 negatives make a plus, and I have to do 12 times 9 or 4 times 27. Does anybody know what that is?
4 times 27?
You have a calculator. What's 4 times 27? I know what it is. It multiplies it out. 4 times 3 times 9. 108. All over 6. Be thankful that we don't truly take this down to simplest form. Okay, no. So it's not solving, we're evaluating. What is 16 plus 108? Over 6. Okay, Cole, I think you got this wrong. Please don't do that. And we're going to do that. We have to simplify that. Do you remember how we did that?
Yeah, we do 4. Oh, you take 124 and find the square root of it.
Yeah, and I don't know what that is. So I'm going to take 124 and divide by the smallest prime number I can think of, which is 2. 2 goes in how many times? Cole, how many times does it go in? Because I don't think you have this right. 2 and you're not going to get a 5 if you don't have this right on your sheet, because I'm doing it right now. That's a promise. So 2 into 12 goes how many times? Cole, how many times? You don't know what half of 12 is? Yes, you do. 6. And half of 4 is what? 2. Lucas, wake up, please. Now what are you going to divide by? I'd like to have a match.
2.
2 will work.
31.
Is 31 prime, or is there anything that goes into it?
Prime.
Okay, it's prime. So you only you can do is divide by 31 to get 1. So you've got a 2 times a 2 times a 31. Which ones match?
2.
These go on the outside. This stays in radical land. So x equals 4 plus or minus this, whoops, forgot to do that, plus or minus the square root of 124 is 2 times the square root of 31. If it asks you, and it does. Yes, it did. It said put it in simplest radical form. It is. I haven't finished it. Is it 2? Oh, no, it's 6. Yep, that's simplified radical right there. Can't leave it 124. So, Cole, did you do that?
That's the answer?
Yes. Changing it to a decimal is even more challenging. I haven't even taught anything yet. No. Well, then you're not going to know how to do this next lesson. No, you don't. David, you know why you don't? You don't even know what the next lesson is. So you don't know it. I haven't taught it. Yes, it is. Oh, you're making me waste my time taking this now. I can get these before you leave. I'd like to get going on this so we can get in, so we can start this today. Only if you're fast. Just set it down. I don't want to take my time to do that. Now, you better have the right answer for the last one. You do not. It is on the board.
I got it right.
Nope, it's not asking for decimals. Okay, yeah, that's fine. That's right. Okay, where's Henry?
Henry just left.
Okay, now we're going to solve absolute value equations. Different thing. Did you get that one right? Where's your work for this? I don't see any work. No, you didn't do it. No, I did it on the board. All I asked you is that you do it with me. Whoops, there you go. Yes. You have 28 in the non calculator, and you have 17 in the calculator. Okay. Okay. Why is that different than what I have? Oh, let's do the no. I don't know. They're not right. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go back to my other one, and I'll just continue there. No big deal. I don't know why that's not right. Oops. Wrong thing. Okay. This is day 2. We're going to do these examples. This works for any equation, anytime you're solving an inequality. Done this many times. Okay. You should be able to get this actually done, I think, in class today. Here's the steps. You isolate the absolute value. This is an equation. This is not finding the value of, and then you solve. But I haven't taught you the solve part. It's not that easy for them. Okay, let's do example 1. Okay, ready? I'm going to teach it right now. So it's the absolute value of x is equal to 10. That's an equation. Now what does it mean to solve an equation?
It means to get the
To find the numbers that make the sentence true. That's what we want to do. Find the number or numbers, there may be more than one, that make the sentence true. We're going to make things harder. We have to get the easy stuff first. And so if you don't finish right away today, you'll finish tomorrow at the very beginning of class. Now, Lala, what can I put in there to make it true? Have you finished the blue worksheet, Jake? The blue one and the pink one. Okay. So you haven't. It is up online in period 1. It is there. You can download it. Okay. What numbers make this true? Then, Jake, you can participate with me. Lala says x could be a negative 10. Is that true? Alex, put your phone away. Is the absolute value of negative 10 equal to 10? Yes. I haven't finished. Okay, shh. Okay, Britt, you want to find all the numbers that make it true. What's another number that makes it true? 10. Well, we're going to make things harder. Right now, they should be easy. That's it. So what are the answers? 10 and negative 10. That's it. That's answer number 1. You should have it written down. Okay? Let's do example 2. 10 and negative 10 make that true. Yes. Now, there's no fun in just solving a simple absolute value equation like that because there's no challenge. If I gave you the absolute value of x equals 3, what would that be? Lucas, what would make that true? Don't assume you guys know this. This is the absolute value of what number is 3? Or there's 2 answers. You have to have both. It does matter. Because what does solve mean? To find all the numbers that make the sentence true. We did it in inequalities. We did it with graphing lines. We've done this before. So, it's no fun in this. Oh, what about this one? What numbers make that true? Okay, smarty pants. Cole, what numbers make that true? Right here. Is the absolute value of 2 equal to negative 2? Lindsay, is he right? Is that true? You can only put numbers in here to make it true. What can you put in there? Nothing. That's right. No, you're right. Nothing. Absolute values, remember, absolute value is a distance, and absolute value is always what kind of a number? Positive, so it can't be. It's a happy number. We'll put you in the absolute value machine, and you will come out happy, positive, never negative. Only, you're not going in the right happy machine. Okay, now, kind of boring if that's all we have is absolute value of x equals a number. There's nothing to do. So we're going to make things a little harder here. I'm going to do it right now. And here's what we want to do is isolate our absolute value. We want absolute value all by itself. Because you can't come out positive if you're associating with negative people. So I want this guy all by itself, so what do? I don't want anything added to it. Okay, Lala, what do I have to do here to make absolute value of x be alone? Solitary confinement.
Oh, I got -2.
How'd you get that?
Because the opposite of -2 is 2.
I don't see a 2 there at all. I see a 3 and a 5.
X is
That's one answer.
or 2.
That's still the same answer.
2 or -2.
Why? Because we're going to get way more complicated than this. You want this all alone, solitary confinement. So who's hanging around with absolute value? Alex? What do you want to get rid of here? No? What's being added to absolute value? The 3 is. So what are we going to do? This is where he gets the 2. Now he could be just looking at it and saying, okay, I can see the answer. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's the absolute value of x is equal to 5 take away 3, which is 2. What numbers can you put in here to make this true? A positive 2, absolute value is equal to 2. What other number can you put in there to make it true? Absolute value of what other number will come out as a positive? -2. What's the absolute value of -2? That's why I said if we didn't get yesterday's worksheet, we aren't going to get this. What's this equal to? What's this equal to? Absolute value of -2 equals what, Cole? 2. Okay. Now they get harder. Number 8 is impossible. But what about 4? No. I don't think so. Let's do example 3. I don't know. I'm having a hard time doing it in my head. Okay, let's do 3. First, you get the absolute value all by itself. Okay, Alex? Absolute value is being bothered by what? Cole? What's that word? Add, subtract, multiply, divide. It's divided by, Taylor? Divided by what? So I don't want divided by 2, so what am I going to do? What's the opposite of dividing by 2?
Multiply.
Multiply by 2. You want the absolute value all by itself. No multiplying, no dividing, no adding, no subtracting. So the absolute value of x is equal to what? Cole, what is this? What's this? Yeah, what is that? What's 2 times 2?
That's 4.
Good. What numbers can you put in here to make this true? What can you put in here? 4. What else can you put in here? -4. If I put x plus something in there, it's not going to be as simple. No, it isn't. X plus 2 is equal to 6 is not 4 and -4. Or, nope, not -4. The only time that these are going to be the same but opposite is when it's the absolute value of x. Sit down, do it, Henry. Here. I'll get another one. That's it. Okay. So the question is, what about, and we aren't going to do this one today. It's harder. Let's get the easy ones. Let's do example 4. 7 plus 14 times the absolute value of x equals 35. Here's your hint. Lalo, this looks like this. 7 plus 14x equals 35. What would you do to both sides there? Lalo. And Cole, I don't want to see any cards out at all. No. They're going to get put away. Nope. They're put away for the entire hour. Cards are not allowed in there. Period. Nope. Cole, what'd you get for an answer for this one?
I got 14.
14's wrong.
Oh, wait. What number is that?
4.
4. Oh, the homework or
Example 4. Okay, Lalo? Why do I teach it? So you don't make the mistakes. We're not in a race here to be the first one done. Okay, Suzanne, how would you solve this? You take subtract 7. So let's do that over here. I couldn't hear you because you said a little loud. Okay, so I get 14 times the absolute value of x. What's 35 take away 7? 28. Then what do? It looks like this. 14x equals 28. Lala, what do we do next? Divide, not subtract. I suspected you subtracted. Divide by 14. So it's getting used to seeing this with an absolute value in here. That's one thing. The absolute value of x is equal to what? What's 28 divided by 14? 2. Now, Alex, what do I put in there to make that true? That's right. Now, if you guys, anybody lazy like me, you can write plus or minus 2. Huh? 4. Let's get through 8 together, and then tomorrow you can come in and do the rest of these. But you're going to have, with absolute value, you might have 2 answers. You might have only 1. How many answers to this one, Cole? What number makes that true? What? Yes, because what does solve mean? Find all the answers. What makes this one true? What number can you put in there that's equal to, yeah, is there a plus or minus there? No. That's the only time you will get only 1 answer. You'll usually get 2 answers. If it's 0, 1 answer, or you might not get any answers. That sounds like the ratio test. Converges for 1, converges for infinite, or converges for an interval. And don't forget to check those endpoints. No, that won't get it for you. I'm telling you that. No, you know why I know? Because I'm a grader. Okay, how about this one? If you have problems with this, then just make it x minus 13 equals negative 4, because I know how to do that. Right, Henry? What do I do to this one? We know how to do this. Taylor, do you know how to do this one?
Oh, add 9. 9.
I don't even see a 9.
Put a 9 where the x is.
No, we're solving. Solving is the process of doing it. Because the minute I make these not nice numbers, you're in trouble.
Add 13.
So they're nice numbers to learn the process. Then what do you get? X equals what? 9. Okay, Suzanne, what am I going to do here? It's the same thing. Add what to both sides? I want this to go, I want this all by itself. Negative 13 is hanging around. How do you get rid of negative 13? Add 13. See, math makes sense. This is an inverse operation. It undoes the subtracting 13. What's a negative 4 plus 13? 9. Okay, and I think Alex says this. There are 2 numbers to put in there that make that true, which are what? Lindsay, what makes this true? Lindsay, what makes that true? Yep. Now, tomorrow we're going to do something a little harder. You need to finish this. You can work through the examples. You can finish them in class tomorrow. If you want, I recommend that you do a little bit more so you remember, so you don't forget by tomorrow. Because that's how you remember, repetition. Britt, what's your sport? Football. What position do you play? Are there special plays you have to play? And how do you learn them? You do them over and over and over again until it's automatic. It's the same thing here. It's automatic for me. Okay? So you have a little bit of stuff to do. I don't see much written down, Suzanne. No, you didn't.
Oh, no, I didn't. No, 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 no.
No, we're not doing that. Ah!